Hi, I just want to welcome everybody to another Gen Hope vlog. Really what I wanted to share with you, I haven't been on here for a while. Life's been really hectic, which is good, in a good way. But really just wanted to share about an incredible testimony I wanted to share with you. And we use the word testimony from a biblical standpoint of sharing good things that have happened. But I really wanted to share something that hasn't actually happened to me. It actually happened to someone that I know that's very close to me. But I really felt that this would bless anybody who's watching this video. And basically, if I was to entitle this, it is a fairy tale, and it was a living Cinderella story. This person, unfortunately, his life didn't start off the best, you know. She was, I don't know, you probably classify as the ugly duckling. She was the person that, unfortunately, would be, you know, the one cleaning up after her brothers and sisters, having to cook for the family, you know, wasn't pushed into education, wasn't pushed to live after her dreams, was very much there as a workhorse. Now, I'm not disrespecting the people that did that to her. I'm just saying how it is. You know, a lot of things happened to her. You know, she had to be, you know, washing clothes by hand. And, you know, imagine doing that for like 8, 7 kids. Unfortunately, she was doing that in the cold to the point where her nails dropped out. Real severe stuff, you know. And there was many other things I could share. But all I really wanted to show you is that they didn't have the greatest start. And unfortunately, the middle part of that, and also the second part of that, or the middle part of her thing, also didn't go well. What I mean by that is that she fell in love, as you do, with a guy, but unfortunately that relationship didn't work out. But obviously that left her as a single mom with 3 kids and things like that. So that obviously had its own problems, you know, trying to raise kids in a difficult scenario. This person was having to work, you know, 2 jobs, you know, one was a labor-intensive man's job, as we'd classify. And then obviously so she would start there at 6 o'clock in the morning, having to catch a bus at 5 o'clock in the morning to go work in a supermarket till 11 o'clock at night and stuff like that. Crazy. Just so she could feed her kids, just so, you know, she could put a roof over their heads. And she took a gamble and bought her own home, and, you know, loads of people told her not to do it, but she was determined to make a better life for herself. Now the thing is, if you imagine, this person hasn't had the greatest life. All they've known is hard work, strife, you know, to the point this person was even probably close to depression, I would probably even say. I don't know the full details, but I would say they were probably close to that, you know, doing erratic things. But let me show you something, how God turned that around. That same person, I know, had people praying for her daily, that God would just do something in her life. Because this person had a great heart, worked hard, did all the right things, but just needed a break. You know, when you just feel like that, you just need a break. And that person had that break. They met a most wonderful man. She was able to stop working. Okay? And if you imagine how this worked, how this person was able to stop working at the point where their health started to deteriorate, so they couldn't work. So now they was able to stop working. They started to travel around the world, see beautiful places. The Caribbean, Europe, around the UK, beautiful places. To one of the finale points, she fell in love with a great man who treated her like a princess. To the point only last week she bought her dream home. A home with the kitchen that she wanted as a young child. With the ensuite, everything, to the point where she walked in, she started crying. Why? Because right there she understood that dreams came true. Now that took her 45 to 50 years for that dream to come true. But it did. But in that time, what did she have to learn? She had to learn hard work. She had to learn perseverance. She had to learn that, you know what, never quit. She had to learn that, you know what, things are not handed to us on a plate, that we have to do what we need to do to get there. So I say this to you. If your life hasn't started the great way, it ain't about where you start, but it's how you finish. Now, you may be able to relate to some of the points that I've said. Obviously, this is not my life. I'm just sharing the life, but I know her life is not the only one who's been like that. I know many people's lives are like that. They're even like that right now. But the one thing you can hope on, and obviously we talk about hope is knowing that, you know what, your life can be turned around, your life can be different, but there's some probably key things that you're going to have to do. What's the one thing that this person did? They never quit. They got themselves a big enough why where they couldn't quit. The reason this person didn't quit, they had to feed their kids. She had to take care of her youngsters. And she didn't quit, and she kept on going, she kept on going, she kept on going, she kept on going. And the great thing about that, because she had that why, she was able to persevere through all the hurdles that came her way. Because believe me, as I've said to you already, there were some great hurdles. So the great thing is, you can go through your hurdles today. You can reach your dream today. The question is, will you quit? Will you have a big enough why? Do you have a big enough why now? Why, no matter what's going on in your life right now, you're still going to do it? The reason I just wanted to share this story to give you hope. If it happened to her, believe me, she wasn't educated. She wasn't, articulate. She wasn't any of those things that you think it takes to be successful. But she had a great heart. And as long as you've got a great heart and a passion and a desire and a big enough why, you'll do it. So I just wanted to really share this video. I hope you'll be blessed by this video and by this testimony that I'm sharing of this other person. They'd be too humble to even come on a video and do this. Too shy to even do this. But they're one of the biggest inspirations in my life. You may never read their book, you may never see them on YouTube or anything like that, or even Facebook. But this person's one of the biggest inspirations in my life. To go out there and go and live your dreams. Go out there and make it happen for you and your family and your loved ones and your friends, whoever that may be, your church, whatever it may be. So I say this in closing. Jen Hope strapline. God's gift to us is life. What we do with that life is our gift back to God. It's not about how you start, but how you finish. Blessed people.